a little bit drunk and the girl's hotter than you and she's like a 10, most guys will do it. They'll risk it all for it because guys are different.
So who cares? Why not do your own thing and let them say what they want?
What is up, guys, and welcome to another city noise video where it's like, I don't know, will the city noise ruin the video? Let's find out. We're out here on the balcony, the lighting is better, it's how it should be initially. Hopefully you didn't see too much upskirt. I am wearing this as a bodysuit, so there is kind of underwear there, but we'll find out. Today, we're gonna be finally reviewing some fucking awful TikToks that I found, and instead of doing the thing that I wanted to do initially for the first video, I almost just like drowned in my own saliva there for a second, which was gonna be talk about the most cringe couple I've ever seen on TikTok that was actually recommended to me, and then I noticed that all the other YouTubers are doing videos about these people, and that was 2 months ago. I decided to completely scrap that. Well, maybe not completely, I just don't feel like doing it today, and we're just gonna review a few TikToks and talk about why they are stupid. I actually have a folder on my phone for TikToks that I think are actually good. So at a certain point, I will be reviewing those as well, but I think the cringe TikToks and the bad TikToks are gonna do better, so I'm gonna go ahead and start with those. Let's first start out with this one, which isn't actually that bad. I like this podcast style of like asking you a question and they have an opinion. Usually the girls have really shit opinions, but we're gonna go ahead and listen to this and reply to it because I have a take that's a little bit more nuanced and, spoiler alert, as always, more in favor of the man than the woman. Let's go.
Boyfriend of 3 years was showing me pictures on his WhatsApp chat with his best mate, and we came across a screenshot from over a year ago of a girl messaging my boyfriend. "Was great to meet you last night. You're cute and cheeky. You know where I am." This girl was actually saved as a contact. Let's call her Sarah.
Okay.
He sent the screenshot to his mate saying lol, and his mate asked if he would respond, to which he said no. This night out was on one bank holiday last summer where he ended up at
Side note, I love the way British people talk, like bank holiday, cheeky, mate. Like, what the fuck are they even talking about? It's like a totally different world. I had a guy on OnlyFans try to get a custom the other day, and by the way, I don't do any masturbation on customs, but he was like, "I really want to buy a custom of you wanking in your knickers," and I'm like, you just turned something that could have been sexy into like the silliest fucking thing I've ever heard. It just sounds so ridiculous, and everything they say is like a more ridiculous version of the shit that we say. I can't get over it. Anyway, let me know if you guys wank in your knickers. Moving on.
house party. I eventually extracted some of the truth out of him, that he got chatting to this girl at the end of the night and that exchanging numbers.
He got chatting instead of just like he was talking to this girl. He got chatting with her. That's all.
Was an ego boost to him at a time when our relationship wasn't so good.
Oh, fuck.
He said they didn't kiss
I hate that the girl's like, "Oh, fuck off. You got chatting to another woman." No.
or anything more, and he never replied to her message. He has since been incredibly apologetic and swears he will never do anything like this again. I don't know whether this should be a sackable offense.
A sackable offense, not a fucking blockable offense or a breakupable offense or a ending the relationship. Nope, we're gonna sack that motherfucker. All right, so my thoughts on this are, and post in the comments what you think first, so you don't just agree with me or disagree with me because you don't or do like me. You should just like do like TikTok 1 and then this is what I think, and then play the video and then hear what I think and then maybe update it or something. That would be really cool because someone actually said that I ask for comments in my videos because I want the algorithm to help me out, and bro, like I'm so done with this fucking platform in terms of a thing that's gonna ever make me money. I was super excited because they said they were gonna start monetizing shorts, and I still was on the partner program, and I had been for a while, and I was like, fuck dude, I might actually upload these shorts, these little clips of the stuff that I say, and maybe I'll get popular there, maybe like I'll gain some traction. I had a little burst of happiness about this platform, and then I was demonetized again, and I reapplied, and they won't even monetize me anymore. So I'm honestly kind of over it. I just want to do what interests me, and I really do want to hear you guys' comments because I read them all. There's not that many these days because my fucking shit is completely suppressed. Anyway, if you want to support the channel and continue these videos, make sure to check me out on OnlyFans, Fansly, or Patreon. So the only thing I think this guy did wrong, and this might be surprising to you guys, is the fact that he didn't tell her and he was like telling it to other people. I think if you want to keep that private, that's not my preference in a relationship. I like to know everything about my partner, and I make an environment where he can feel comfortable telling me everything, where I'm not going to freak out about the tiniest little thing. I'm going to believe what he says around the context of what happened, and just by nature of him telling me this, I'm going to trust that he didn't do anything extra like kissing. However, when you find that in the phone and then you have to believe that nothing else happened, it's kind of like, why didn't you tell me if nothing happened? Like, why wouldn't you tell me about this? It just feels shitty. I'm inclined to believe that nothing else happened, especially since he sent the screenshot to his friend and his friend was like, are you gonna reply? And he's like, no. It makes me want to believe that no cheating happened, but this could have just been rectified by, first, the girl not being a huge bitch and understanding that like an ego boost for a guy, you know, it's really nice sometimes. Guys don't get a lot of compliments. So if a girl comes up to you and a girl's interested in you, like it might feel nice in the moment. And it's not like in the comments. I saw a lot of comments that were like, good job for doing the bare minimum, not cheating. Like, oh my fucking God. Guys don't get that many opportunities and guys have a higher drive for sex. So the fact that the guy like still said no because he values the sanctity of your relationship is like not the bare minimum, it's the maximum. Like that's the fucking maximum. Most guys won't do that. If a guy's a little bit drunk and the girl's hotter than you and she's like a 10, most guys will fucking do it. They'll risk it all for it because guys are different. So the fact that he cares about the relationship and being faithful more than this ego boost could have turned into a bigger ego boost really says something. I think that this is 100% harmless. I totally empathize with the idea of a guy being in a relationship where he's not feeling loved, he's not feeling attractive, or he's not feeling attractive in general, and getting that outside validation to just have like a little ego boost, even when you're unhappy in the relationship, being faithful. That's like 10 out of 10 man to me. And I would just hope that he would feel comfortable enough to tell me and let me know that this happened. And then maybe we should be talking about why he doesn't feel good in the relationship. Just more communication. You know, I always say it, just more communication. Talk about everything, literally everything. And girls, and even guys who are super jealous or whatever, but usually it's the girls, don't nag him on things that just immediately hurt your feelings. Think about it, think about the logic, think about if you trust him, consider the fact that he's actually telling you this, and don't make it a shitty environment for him to tell you the truth in the future. Because obviously, the onus is on him to keep telling you the truth, even if it upsets you, but you can make that less painful by having a little empathy for the person you supposedly love. What do you guys think? Post them in the comments. Next one.
I have a specific mentality of how I stay quote unquote not jealous. My mindset is like, well, I'm number one. I'm the favorite. So maybe this girl's coming up to him and talking to him, but he's thinking about me. I'm number one. I'm the one he thinks about at night. You chose me. I chose to be with you. We're willingly both here and you want to be with me. So anybody else that comes, I still win. And you know what? Maybe she's prettier, but I have so much more and you actually love me. So you can go wherever, you could do whatever you want. I will never stop you because I know I'm number one. And the day that I find out that I'm not number one anymore, no stress. See you fucking later.
All right. Okay, my card got full, so I had to restart it. Anyway. I think people vastly underestimate the amount that people will stay with someone just out of convenience. The logic here is kind of bad. At least for me as an overthinker, the logic is just shit. If you can trick your girlfriend into being so stupid while you like cheat on her with a million other girls, you're gonna stay with her just out of like convenience because it's easy, because it's like a big deal to break up, because you're gonna be lonely some nights and you still want that person to use that person basically for non-loneliness, regular sex, all these things that does not mean that they love you and choose to be with you. It's like they choose to be with you softcore just out of convenience. That could totally be a possibility. This rationale of like, oh, I don't have to be jealous because like even though he goes out and does these things, he's still gonna come back to me. That doesn't mean that he loves you more than that person. In fact, you find out like years and years and years down the line when you're with someone that that person has been promising many other women that they want to be with them and might actually want to be with them more, but you've got a life built, you've got kids, you're comfortable, all these things. This also makes me laugh every time the like Andrew Tate type people talk about how like, oh yeah, he's out fucking other girls, but I'm the one that he wants to be with. No, you were just kind of the one that was like easy to settle down with, maybe. I'm not saying that's necessarily the case. Sometimes it is like, I love this woman and I'll never love anyone else and I'm just like fucking other people or whatever. Definitely not something you can just assume based on the fact that he's with you. So this makes me cringe a little bit because I think that logic definitely would not help me out and it doesn't fly, and there has to be a lot more to convince me that I'm the one that you want to be with, other than the fact that you just happen to be with me right now and we decided to get together maybe in a time when there wasn't anyone you liked better, and maybe now there is, and it's just like a lot harder to leave me than it is to just go fuck and have a totally different life with them. Crazy? Maybe I'm crazy, but that's how I feel about that.
A man's perceived value goes up when he is with a beautiful woman. Women of low integrity with low self-esteem will see a man with a beautiful woman and think, if I sleep with him, I'm on her level. You see this with Sumner. She immediately off the bat mentions that she's
Sumner's that bitch that said she fucked the Maroon 5 guy and was like, oh my god, I fucked a Victoria's Secret model's boyfriend.
she's sleeping with a man who's married to a Victoria's Secret model. What she's trying to tell us is that she's on the same level as a Victoria's Secret model. And while that's clearly not the case, in her ego, she was validated by that. It's a phenomenon and I don't know what to call it. But I did know a girl in college who did this all the time. She herself was beautiful, but she would always go after men with wives or girlfriends that were beautiful, because in her mind, this made her feel better about herself, because if she could get with them, she was on the level.
Okay, I don't actually have anything against this one. I think it's true. In fact, I've seen this phenomenon before and it's actually kind of annoying. It's like, I really just want to be the girl that fucks you over with your boyfriend because that means that I'm hotter than you because he was willing to sway away from the relationship to fuck you. But really, guys will literally fuck fucking anything. I've seen guys have like a 7 and fuck like 3s and 4s behind their back, and it's like, you could have gone home and fucked your 7. Guys will just fuck anything. It does not mean anything. That being said, I do think that the Victoria's Secret model in question is a little less attractive than that girl. I think the only thing that makes the Victoria's Secret model in question attractive is the fact that she is a Victoria's Secret model and has like that clout. But there's definitely way hotter, at least in my opinion, fucking Instagram models and like regular girls than like a Victoria's Secret model. But I can see how that can make you feel good. For some reason, people care about that. It's weird. I've never thought that celebrities were hotter than regular girls. I have a whole video on this. I won't go into it again. Never mind. It's right here on the screen if you want to watch it. But yes, this is definitely a thing, and girls are just kind of silly because I think they know that if they cheated, it would have to be with someone who's like better, hotter, or they'd have to already be in like a terrible relationship and they're just looking for some kind of attention. But that usually doesn't happen. They're usually already gone by that point. So yeah, girls kind of got it twisted. Like, your guy will fuck anyone and they don't even have to be hot. It's just kind of like, ooh, another notch on the belt, getting my dick wet. Not every guy will do that, but like, that's kind of how guys see sex. They're not gonna like turn someone down because they've had someone better or they have someone better. Okay, and this is the last one I'm gonna go over, and it made me fucking furious because it's something that I experience now with Hunter's friends, and I've never actually seen it on the girls' side, but I actually fell into this weird algorithm where I was getting all of these "we don't give a fuck about your boyfriend" posts, and I was like, what the fuck? This is so rude. Anyway, let's listen to this.
You have a boyfriend and you decide that it's okay to bring him along when we hang out, you're fucking done. Just because they're your boyfriend does not mean they're going to be my friend. And I hate people who forces that upon you. Whenever we hang out, like, you need to bring your boyfriend. If you're that type of person, fuck you. I don't trust men. Most men are shit and all they do is lie and cheat. So to be quite honest with you,
Gross.
your boyfriend, I don't trust him. I support you though. It doesn't mean that I don't trust you. I just don't trust men. Don't ever ask me to be like, oh my god, do you want to hang out with my boyfriend and I? No, why would I do that? Why would I do that? What?
Okay, what a fucking hateful feminist bitch. Anyway, there are actually girls that are like this, and I know guys that are like this. They're friends with Hunter, and it's like, what the fuck? You are so much of a girl's girl or a bro's bro or a fucking misogynist or feminist misandrist trash. People I care about in my life, my friends, I don't give a fuck to get to know the person that they want to spend their life with. That's fucking shitty, all right? If you care about someone and you're friends with someone, you should want to get to know and respect the person that they love and care about, and you should understand that you're kind of supposed to, especially if they're getting really serious, meld them into the group to some extent because that person is important to your person. Unless you want to like pretty much get cut off because you have some kind of problem with the opposite gender for some fucking reason, or you want to be like super possessive of your friend. I don't know. Shit like that just fucking disgusts me on a personal level. Obviously, I'm super biased because this shit happens to me and it's like, what the fuck? It's like, you don't respect our relationship, so why the fuck should he even be talking to you anymore? That's how it makes me feel. If I had a friend like this who would just like talk shit about men all the time and my most important person in my life is a man, my significant other, I wouldn't want to hang out with that person anymore. If you're fucking toxic, I'm not just gonna sit there and nod my head and agree with you like, yeah, all men are fucking trash while I'm in love with a fucking man, while my dad's a fucking man, while my best friend's a man. Like, that makes no fucking sense to me. And while I get there's like times when you want to like connect with your friends and you have interests outside of your partner should never be expressly discluded or unwelcome, in my opinion. And even if there are, and you believe in this whole like, it's a boys thing, it's a girls thing, you're intruding on the whatever the fuck, there should be times when the boys in your group try to respect and get to know your girlfriend if they want to still remain your friend and if they actually are your close friends. Let me know what you think, because I'm too close to this one. All right, did I say one more? I'm gonna do one more anyway. What is with this grass?
So instead of being his mother or his therapist, you're going to be his girlfriend. The number one way that you can accomplish this in your relationship is by allowing him to make the decisions that it is that he needs to make for his life, and you learning to zip your damn lips. Darling, if he has totaled 3 cars and now he wants to buy a motorcycle, rather than telling him how stupid you think this is, I want you to ask yourself, why do I want to be in a relationship with a guy who is reckless and is a bad driver? But what I don't want you to do is tell him, oh, honey, I'm so scared. You're going to get hurt. You're not his mom. Let him make his own decisions. If he cared about being growth-minded, He would be pursuing these opportunities on his own, but he doesn't. All you need to say is, I trust you know what's best for you, even when he's asking for your opinion.
First of all, very excited for my trip to Brian Head this weekend. I want to get back on the slopes, and her outfit is making me fiend for the slopes very hard. Anyway, I agree that you should let your partner make their own mistakes. However, I do think that you should be a participant in all of the big decisions in their lives as a partner, like as a teammate. I can't believe that she's saying that you would just say like, yeah, you know what's best for you, especially if he's asking for advice. I think you should always give your 2 cents, even if it's negative. I think you should always give your input, and he should welcome your input because you're a team. Sometimes guys and even girls, but from my perspective, I see a lot of guys like not knowing that you even can better yourself or not knowing how to do it. I literally give Hunter little challenges, like a really silly one. He likes to do the Stairmaster instead of anything else because it's easy on his knees, but he leans like crazy, like most people do, just like leans onto the fucking thing and wants to like up the speed to like 20. I know his back is just like, he's gonna get fucking scoliosis at an old age. I'm watching it happen. So I was like, okay, for a week, please stay upright and do it correctly. And if you have to, decrease the speed. You'll see that it works your legs and your hams more and your back won't hurt as much. And if you don't keep doing this, that's up to you after the week. But please try this for me. And I give him like little challenges of things to try that I think might actually benefit his life. I wish he did that for me. And anytime I have anything that I'm like, I don't know what to do, should I do this or that, I always run it by him first. If there's a big fucking change in my life, I'm running it by him because no, I'm not his mother and he's not my dad or whatever the fuck. There are some aspects of those relationships, like a dad or a friend or whatever, that are good traits to have in a partnership as well. And an equal teammate will tell you when you're being an idiot. But yes, I do agree. If a guy's just a complete train wreck, doesn't want to change, let him make his own decisions and leave him. But if there's like things that you know could better your partner's life, or your partner's having a hard time making decisions, or you see him making non-deal breaker mistakes all the time, bring it up. Say something, because you're supposed to be someone in that person's life that actually makes their life better. I don't see how that's bad in any way. All right, thank you for watching this video. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you think. And if you want to support the channel and get some extra sexy content on the side, OnlyFans, Fansly, Patreon, they're all kind of linked in the description to not get in trouble with the TOS any more than I already am. If you have any shitty TikToks you want my opinion on, or any videos or anything like that, please do send them to terrorrates@gmail.com, or you can send them to me on Twitter @TaraBabcock. All of my links are down in the description. There are worse ones and there are longer ones. I'm gonna do this again. Maybe I'll dive deep into some of them, but TikTok is pretty fucking toxic without any real way to create a bubble popping of the echo chamber. Like, you know, you're kind of just scrolling. Nobody really looks at the comments, especially not if they feel like they wholeheartedly agree. It just feels like it's the platform that has the least discourse around it and the least visibility on people dissenting. So you kind of go into this really like mind fucking, and I've actually gotten some of this shit on my feed where it kind of mind fucks me a little bit for a day. I start getting a little paranoid about either my relationship or something else. I can see it being horrible for someone who doesn't have the introspective talent that I do, and even for me sometimes. So yeah, it's fucking crazy. Not that I think it shouldn't exist, but it's easily consumable, bingeable, and fucking toxic. Oh my god. Love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Hope you enjoyed. Mwah.